Everybody has a game listening. Leve.
One of the toughest things to do in all of college football is win on the road. When you're a ranked team going into a hostile environment, these fans are ready to knock them off course. Welcome to Arthur L. Williams Stadium in Lynchburg, Virginia, home to the Liberty Flames. As we'll see a participant from last year's playoff, the Virginia Tech Hokies, taking on a team from Conference USA, the Liberty Flames. For EA Sports College Football, I'm Reese Davis, joined here in the booth by David Pollack and Jesse Palmer. And guys, let's get this thing started. And the Hokies will kick it away first. Looking for an alley from inside his own 10. The Flames offense will get the first crack at it here. And they are coming off a sensational performance led by this quarterback who's hoping he can build on things, Jesse.
Well, I know.
No, I'm good, thanks.
Position. When you have a big game, you just can't wait to get back out there again and build on that performance. David, last time out, he was making the right reads. He showed off his arm talent. He had this offense moving up and down the field and finding the end zone. And you know he's excited to take on this defense today.
Yeah, and talking to the defensive coordinators coming in this football game, like, they're not going to do what happened last week. Like, you can't sit back and make the coverages easy for him to diagnose. He'll pick you apart like he did last week. Look for some change-ups and some curveballs for this defense.
I need you.
Dropping back, it's Morton.
Nice.
And he will be sacked at the 6-yard line.
And you can tell this offense wanted to create a little bit of space being back. How about the D? Coming out firing on all cylinders, getting the sack on the very first play.
And the Flames trying to find their way forward after the big loss on the last play. Off the play fake. Now he's going to break the pocket. He'll try to do it himself.
It's just so nice to have a QB under center. Nowadays in football, you can trust these guys. You put so much on their plate, and you tell them, go get positive yards when it's there. And a lot of these guys are such great athletes, they do it with ease.
Not exactly the ideal situation for this offense. 3rd and long, backed up inside their 20. They'll move the wide receiver. On 3rd and long, he's going to have to throw for it. Crosses the 30, he's got away. Oh, a lot of space. Running inside the 20. And he just kept running, and he ran away from the crowd, and he'll take it in. Touchdown, Flames. When that receiver got free, it was
That's how I get to be.
And it's
Greedy.
so nice to have a receiver like this as a quarterback because you pad my stats. I like those long touchdown passes where I just threw it really short, and he did the rest of the work.
And the extra point makes it 7-0. Kickoff unit on the field, and this defense will be called on to protect this lead. That ball scoots through the back of the end zone, and it'll be a touchback. So the Virginia Tech Hokies offense will try to get something going with their first possession. As we take a quick look at the impact players for today's game, what players did you guys look to for motivation to make an impact during your playing days, Jesse?
Well, it was the guys we relied on each and every week. We came into the season expecting these types of guys to be our biggest weapons, and every week those were the guys that had to deliver for us in order to have success.
And it's just fun to have those guys that are consistent. Like, they lead by example, then they start to learn their voice and lead the team. But every week, guys that you can count on, they punch the clock, and they're hard workers.
They'll snap it from the 36. They've got a first down. The give to the back. At midfield, he's got room. Breaks into the open. They ripped off a big one, and they get it down to the 27.
When you talk about creating big plays in the running game like this makes the game really easy. Actually, when you've got a guy like this that you can hand it to with this much speed and elusiveness, just hard to bring down in the open field, what a big gain for the offense.
The Hokies, after exploding. Looking to throw on first down. Right on the money. Boy, that was a precision play all the way around. Throw, catch, tackle, bang, bang, bang.
Well, it's a nice job by the receiver there on the slant throw. Gets across the defender, makes the nice catch, hauls it in.
And the Hokies can really attack on this second and short. An explosive play in the running game as he's got the first down.
This opening drive has been all offense. Really good job, nice scripted plays, taking advantage, strung together a nice series. But here's all that matters for defense. We don't even care about yards anymore. Can I keep him out of the end zone? Great job right here. Step up, get a stop, force him either to kick a field goal or get no points, and this drive is still a success.
Here's the snap, looking to throw. Trying to find the end zone. They'll mark him down at the 2. The excellent execution on that throw and catch. They've moved him forward to the 2. Now it's second and goal. Trying to barge in. And he takes it in for the score. Touchdown, Virginia Tech.
I love running backs that have a nose for the goal line, understand how to get there, finish strong into the end zone, know I get 6, and then go celebrate with your boys.
Looking for the tie with the extra point. And he did get that extra point through the slippery surface, no problem. So that was a 6-play, 75-yard drive. The kickoff unit is out there, and boy, did that last drive quiet this crowd. From inside the 10-yard line, he'll bring it back. Just never had a chance to shake loose, and he'll be brought down at the 24. Liberty takes over, and the Flames offense ready to go to work. They stuck the last drive in the end zone. They'll try to follow suit here. Wants to throw. It's Morton. Makes the grab on the left. And a good job in coverage there as they stop it after just a few. And that is a tough assignment for a defense to cover a back man-to-man who can get downfield like that.
Especially when he can run routes the way he does, Reese. I'm really impressed watching this running back with how he's able to cut and how he doesn't telegraph where he's going. He is a weapon catching the ball out of the backfield.
Ball's at the 27. This offense facing a 3rd and long. Wide receiver comes in motion. On 3rd and long, he has to throw for it. And that one's incomplete. They weren't just trying to move the chains. They were trying to move the scoreboard. Instead, send out the punt unit. They'll boot it into the night sky for the first time. Books it all the way in, and now turns his attention upfield. Coverage team gets the job done, and they'll mark him down at the 38-yard line. Looks as if we have an injury on that last play, and we'll take a break to check him out. And Virginia Tech sends the offense onto the field. They tied it with a touchdown the last time they had it, and trying to complement the defense's good work by taking the lead here. He gets it up to the 44-yard line. He'll be marked out of bounds right there as this offense continues to roll.
You know, it's funny. I know running backs oftentimes are afterthoughts when it comes to the passing game. But when you think about it, this guy's been making people miss his entire life taking handoffs. So why wouldn't we try to get him involved in the passing game as well? You just saw in that last play how dangerous he is after the catch.
Fundamental football with the Hokies. We talk about special teams, but the running game has always been part of their DNA.
And when you continue to find guys at the running back spot like David Wilson, and those guys that you can feature, you can give them the ball, establish that physicality, establish that playmaking, it gets everything rolling for this offense.
know, sometimes even a short game like that can be used to set up something bigger later on.
No doubt, Reese, they can pump that and take a shot down the field. And don't worry, they're going to go back to that same play because they know this guy with the ball in his hands is dangerous. He makes one guy miss, he can take it to the house.
He works his way inside the 30 down to the 29 and picks up a first down. They've built this offense around finding mismatches and just get the ball to the back and let him do his thing.
Yeah, it didn't have to be long down the field. Like it threw it right near the line of scrimmage, but you know I got a guy, when he gets in space, he can make big plays happen. Nice decision by the QB.
The Hokies have their offense in high gear. Looking to throw on first down. And the physical play there forces the incompletion on first down.
No, and that's your goal. Separate man from ball. Try to get your shoulder in there on the catch point and really give him something to think about. Physically jar that football and knock it out. Nice job by the defender.
Wants to keep it in the air. Punts it out of the air. And he's brought down after a nice gain.
Well, the defense did a nice job taking everything away down the field, but once the drag route was caught, they just couldn't rally to the ball carrier in time to make a tackle, and as a result, new set of downs.
And the Hokies with the 1st and 10. From the gun, they'll try to impose their will. And he'll step into the end zone. Touchdown, Hokies!
And the offense punches it in again, and we call his name again. That's 2 touchdowns now in 2 games with still more to be played. I tell you what, I think this guy's name will be called a lot more throughout the season. He's that kind of good.
They'll try to add another to their lead. And the extra point is true, and they're on top by 7. So the touchdown drive goes 63 yards. So the kickoff team will come out after they turn in a score on that last drive. Here he comes from inside his own 5. Not a whole lot of room to operate on that return as the coverage unit was there and ready. Opening play of this drive comes from the 12-yard line. Dropping back, it's Morton. And he's all bottled up, and now it's worse. The ball's loose.
Dang it, I couldn't get the ball.
The offense somehow fell on it, and they'll retain possession.
Man, those are backbreakers. Defensively, you get so excited. You force the fumble, I'm going to get a turnover, and the offense falls on the football.
He's going to throw it from his own end zone.
Nice.
Pressure got to him, couldn't get rid of it, and they got him for a safety.
Oh, and how about this
Their
defense?
safety
Understanding where they are in the field, they got a chance to put points on the board, and they do.
They'll get set for the free kick after the safety. Out of the crowd, and now he's got room.
The returner brings it out to the 41, and the Virginia Tech offense will take over.
And we're about to get another look at this Hokie offense. First play of the drive comes from the 41. Took the last drive in for a touchdown. They'll try to do it again on this one. Running back searching for a hole. And the defense holds firm. No pickup at all on that play. Didn't get much done on that first play of the drive. It's 2nd and 11. And incomplete on the deep ball.
There's an example of what happens when the quarterback doesn't have a chance to set his feet. The pressure just forced him to have to work off schedule a little bit. And I think because of that, he wasn't able to be as accurate as he wanted to be.
Some work to do on this 3rd and long from the 40. The snap sets up the throw. That pass not close as he
quick.
got trying to deliver it, and it'll bring up 4th down. The Hokies will try to pin them back with the punt. They'll have to boot it away for the first time tonight. Fair catch is signaled and made, and they'll go to work from the 27-yard line. First play of this drive comes from the 27. Here's the handoff. Steaming into the backfield to make the stop, and he'll lose 4.
Man, what a game this guy has been having, living in the opponent's backfield. Already has 2 sacks in the game, and now he gets a TFL. He is so athletic, so quick twitch, so slippery, they just can't block him.
They get him stopped after a gain of 4 out to the 28. They've made 3rd down offense a key. It'll be tested on 3rd and long from the 28. Back to throw, it's Morton. Quarterback feeling the pressure, and down he goes at the 22.
What a great job by this defense setting the tone early. In the first half, they've been hitting the quarterback early and often. Make him feel uncomfortable. Make him feel that pressure. Keep getting him on the ground. That's why they've built a lead.
Really good job by the coverage team to make the stop, and that's where they'll put it in play. One final play before the end of the quarter. Wants to throw on 1st down. Caught in the backfield, it's Marshall. There to make the tackle, and that's how we'll wrap up this first period. We've reached the end of the quarter, and Virginia Tech is on top. We've put one in the books. Let's have a look at our game summary. Lots of time left and ready to go back at it here in the second quarter. Had a chance to talk it over during the break, and they'll start with 2nd down. They'll move the tight end. Gonna run it. It's Duggan. This junior making his presence felt and making the stop after a short gain.
And that run really didn't go anywhere. A lot of times we don't focus on it enough, but how important those 5 guys are up front. To get on those defensive linemen, to try to move them out of the way, to get a run game going, it squarely falls on the shoulder of those 5 offensive linemen.
Well, we know this guy is special, and because of that, his quarterback is looking to him on critical down and distances. There on that 3rd down, there was no question. It wouldn't have mattered if he was single covered, double covered, man, zone. That's where he was going with it, and the big-time playmaker outside picks up the first.
And quarterback dropping back, understanding I'm getting zone coverage. All I got to do is be a little bit patient, manipulate that defense a little bit. My wide receiver runs that drag, and I get the first down.
And the Hokies with a 2nd and short to keep this drive moving. To the ground with the back. They knock him down, but he's got enough to get it across the line and pick up the 1st down.
Well, obviously the offense went 3 and out on their last drive. They're having a little bit more success here. That was a nice run, and I think that's the key, guys. If they're able to run the football, they're going to be able to stay on the field. And I think that's something you want to think more about if you're the play caller on offense.
They go to the ground. Pulled down after a pickup of 5, but they knock that defense back, and they've got it down to the 34. Halfway there on 1st down, it's 2nd and 5. Looking to fire. Just too much mustard on that one. Can't miss the target that badly.
Well, they're trying to get the big fella the football in the passing game, but they haven't been able to do that yet. He is a really nice target with his size and his athleticism, but him and the QB, they just don't seem to be on the same page right now.
Fakes the grab. He's got enough for the 1st down. They'll spot him at the 24-yard line. The Hokies come to the line with a new set of downs. On the move. Stop is made almost immediately. Give him 1 to the 23. Man down on the play as the officials take a break to let him be checked out. Didn't get much on 1st down. It's 2nd and 9. Back to pass. Finds his big tight end. They get it down to the 7 on that pass play in prime position for a score. And the Hokies have it in scoring position on 1st and goal. Making side adjustments here. Snap in the shotgun. Looking for the goal line. Crisp execution in the passing game, and they've got it down to the 3. Defense rolling out the big bodies to try to stuff the run. Power ahead. And he never had a chance. Just stopped cold as soon as he got it.
All right, so now you're in this 3rd down situation close to the goal line, and it just feels, David, like they're going to have to throw the football in order to score a touchdown here. I like maybe trying to get the quarterback outside on the perimeter and give him a run-pass option.
I like that too. Get the quarterback on the move. And here's the thing. If I get close and I get stopped, it's 4th down. 4th down means go for it. That's all that means now today in college football.
And now on 4th down, they'll try a field goal. And this will be a short one from about 21 yards out. Splits the uprights right down the middle. And they'll push that lead out a little further.
And you want a touchdown and you want to be aggressive, but man, right down the middle, that obviously gives me some confidence down the road that I can trust this guy.
On the run from inside his own 5. Not a lot of space to be found. Good hustle by the coverage team, and they stop him at the 21. Liberty takes over the Flames, sending the offense back onto the field. They really didn't move the ball at all the last time they had it, and hoping for better fortune this time around. Looking to throw, it's Morton. And this will be incomplete. A big hit there forces 2nd down.
Well, they were trying to sneak him out of the backfield that time into the passing game, but that did not fool anybody on defense. What a hit, forcing that incompletion.
Misfired on 1st down, back to the air on 2nd. And it'll be incomplete. This is some physical pass defense. They've got to come up with a big play on this 3rd and long. From the gun, wants to pass. Another incompletion on 3rd down. And the Flames line up to punt it away.
On to punt it away.
Takes it on the return. He only needs a sliver of daylight. That's a perfect example of not settling for a fair catch. Pick up whatever yardage you can and help out the offense. And Virginia Tech sends the offense onto the field. They had to settle for the chip shot field goal last time, Jesse. They'd love for this one to pay off bigger.
Yeah, it just comes down to execution, too. Did a nice job out in the field, stalled a little bit once they got down to the goal line, so they just need to be a little bit more crisp here, dude.
Yeah, and listen, I think the first part was the most important part. You got to put the drive together first to get down there. Now, when we get down there, focus on execution and getting 6 points.
Didn't get much done on that first play of the drive. It's 2nd and 11. Fires to the tight end. Taken out of bounds after a good pickup there. They're in striking distance at the 37. Looks as if we have an injury on that last play, and we'll take a break to check him out. It's 1st and 10 from the 38-yard line. Wants to go up top on 1st down.
Nope.
Not able to hook up there, incomplete.
Yeah, I don't know if the quarterback got confused on 1st down. He might have thought the defense was going to be in man coverage that time, but they were in zone. They fooled him and just didn't seem like he had his eyes in the right place, was forcing that ball to his intended target. The window way too small. The guy was not open, so that didn't have that chance to be complete.
They'll ride him out of bounds after the good pickup spotted at the 25-yard line.
6-yard line. And that's good enough for a 1st down.
The Hokies are moving quickly down the field. Handoff to the lone back. Blast is way ahead, but not much room. A pickup of 1 to the 24. Man down on the play as the officials take a break to let him be checked out. Picked up 2 yards on that last one. They need 8 on second down. Quarterback making checks. Second down, he'll throw it. Got rid of it in a hurry, but he couldn't find his man. It's incomplete.
Well, he's linked up with his quarterback 4 times in this first half. Finally, they're not able to connect on that one. I think the defense just had enough. I think they've said, you know what? You can throw it somewhere else, but you're not going to get it to that guy. We're going to have coverage helping out on that receiver.
Trying to move the sticks on. Makes the catch. Picks up enough to get them 1st and 10 from the 13.
All right, defense. It ain't working, right? They're stringing together several first downs here. We're going to need to change this up, find something we can disrupt the quarterback and mess up this offense a little bit.
And the Hokies with a long way to go after the loss on the last play. To the air on second down. Nice grab in traffic. That completion will take them inside the 10 to the 9-yard line. The terrain gets rough this deep in the red zone. Third down, they can't pick up the first without scoring. Really need to pick up this conversion and avoid having to settle for the field goal. On third down, he drops to throw. And
oh, really?
Off in the end zone.
Paul, you got
a few yards on that return, but the bigger play was the fact that they forced the turnover. Off the play fake on first down to throw.
Oh, I get nervous passing.
Got his man downfield. They bring him down, but the big play will move the sticks. The Flames moving quickly to the line. Back to pass, it's Morton. Pressure coming. Down he goes, and that is the last thing this offense needs right now. Clock's running, and they'll try to get to the line warp speed for second down. Wants to go up top. Rushes on him. And here comes the pressure, and there he goes down again.
And you can just see the excitement this defense has every play. They're almost wishing this quarterback drops back to throw because they know they're going to get home to him. That's the 6th time they've registered a sack.
On third and long, a check down would be the last resort. And this defense has maxed out this pressure. Another sack. Timeout is called, and it's the defense wanting to make sure that everyone's on the same page for this big down. They boot it away on 4th down. He'll field the punt and try to get some yardage. Well, they finally stop him, but he found some running room on that return and really helps out his offense to start this drive. And we're about to get another look at this Hokie offense. And boy, they missed an opportunity last time throwing that pick in the red zone, David.
Yeah, and you got to put that frustration behind you. You can't turn it over. That's a cardinal sin. You know better than that, Jesse. You can't take points off the board, but you got to move on.
You do. I think he just got way too overeager down in the red zone that last drive. So just come out here, trust your reads, trust what your coaches have told you to do, and just go out and execute the offense.
Plenty of distance between them and the sticks here on second down. After the incompletion, back to the passing game. And they can't make the connection.
That's a ball that this offense should be able to complete. Had the coverage they wanted, receiver ran on the route, just an inaccurate throw by the quarterback.
On third and long, try to convert through the air. And the incomplete pass will bring up 4th down.
This is a disappointing drive for the offense, considering where this drive started, in their opponent territory. Now you're 4th and long. You've got to be better throwing the football in those types of situations.
Three straight misfires has left them staring at 4th and 10, but they'll try it again. He'll try to throw and pick up the first down. The incomplete pass, fourth down, fails, and they'll turn it over. Running out of time here in the first half, they're going to have to be efficient to put some points on the board before the break. To the air, it's Morton. Pocket breaking down. Pressure all over the quarterback, and down he goes at the 24. That's going to wrap up the first half here, and now we join Kevin with the halftime update.
Thanks, guys. A memorable first half of football so far today in Lynchburg. And a lot of coaches will say limiting the big plays and maybe hitting on a few yourself is key. But I'm more of a move the chains guy. Give me efficiency every day of the week and twice on Saturday. The offensive unit that subscribes to the less is more philosophy might be the one that leaves here today with a big fat W.
Terrible pass.
And with that, let's send it back to the fellas at the Bill Arthur L. Williams Stadium.
Right past him. Shouldn't be a sack.
All right, Kevin, about ready to get things cranked back up here. And the Flames will kick it away to start the second half. And he takes this from inside the 5. He was looking for some running room, but not much to be found as he stopped at the 18. And Virginia Tech sends the offense onto the field. If it's working, why change it? And that running game was working in the first half. I imagine we'll see a lot more of it here in the third quarter.
And you just know the offensive line was telling their coordinator, put this on us. Let us continue to go out there, push these guys around. We can put this game on our back and end this thing by running the ball.
And this is a manhood question for this defense. Like, as a defensive lineman, and you're pounding the rock, like, I got to physically rise to this challenge. This defense has to play more inspired and more physical in the second half.
Got a little space. Defense there to stop him after a gain of 1 to the 22.
And, man, the big fellas up front, they don't get a lot of credit. They don't get talked about a lot unless it's negative, but they're the big component, man. They've got to get some push, to get some running lanes, get this running game going. They're the ones that make it go.
On third and long, trying to have a big completion here. That's reeled in. It's Rich. He'll get a fresh set down, stopped at the 31-yard line. The Hokies will snap it on 1st and 10. Wide receiver going in motion. They'll go to the ground. Didn't get much done on that run. He'll fight his way out and maybe pick up a yard.
Man, when you go into the half and you're down, like, that speech is usually pretty fiery. A lot of words you can't use on television. And so this coaching staff probably challenged their guys, and I like the way they started this second half so far. Physically, flying around, doing a great job stopping the run. They got to play like this the rest of the game.
Throws to the tight end. Finds space on the right. Off to the racing. Just gashing this defense. A big gainer to the 40-yard line. And the Hokies are rolling down the field. To the air on 1st down. That's caught. It's Marshall. Turning it on. All down, but he has enough to move the chains.
The defense has got to be able to make a play at some point here in the second half. You're down 2 possessions. You need to steal a possession badly. You need to have a takeaway. The coverage is going to have to be way tighter than on that last throw. Otherwise, this offense is just going to go up and down the field.
Now on the move at the 28-yard line on 1st down. Quickly to the tight end. And he's brought down after a nice gain.
It's a nice play call there. You've got 2-possession lead. You're trying to keep the defense guessing, right? Because you've got that lead. They know you're going to run it, but you still have got to be able to sprinkle in some shot plays and some vertical.
And he rolls into
Nice
the
play.
house. Touchdown, Virginia Tech.
This is like having an extra running back in your backfield. This quarterback is magic. When he decides to keep the football, he can make people look absolutely silly. He shows you on that play.
The kick is up and good and put one more on the lead. And let's check in with Kevin Connors in the studio. Kevin?
Guys, let's take a look at what's happening in a great college football matchup. Coastal Carolina is getting dominated today. And friends, the folks in Conway deserve better than this. No excuse ever for this kind of a clunker. They're trailing by 24 to SMU. Obviously, big implications here in the Sun Belt, and as this one plays out, we'll keep you posted.
Oh, and how about that? I know Kevin and those guys will be keeping an eye on it for us. Dropping back, it's Morton. And the quarterback
Meet at the middle. Background.
Quarterbacks don't have high completion percentages from their backs. It's been really hard for this QB to get in any kind of rhythm. We got to change something up here. We got to do something different because right now it's just a sack party.
This junior making his presence felt and making the stop after a short gain.
On defense, man, it helps you a lot when you can be a linebacker or a corner or safety, anybody, and you see the QB throw the football. Now I can break on the football right away and limit gains like right here on this play.
Well, you can see the frustration on this guy's face. He's one of the best receivers in college football, and they knew coming into this game that he had to get touches, but you can't say enough about how good this defense has been defending him. They've always had an answer, whether it's single coverage, double coverage, man or zone. They have not let him go off, and that's a big reason why they're winning this game.
And we're about to get another look at this Hokie offense. Man, what a drive that was the last time they had it. Basically the length of the field. Much better starting point this time. Looking for space. It's Marshall.
And the defense doing a great job committing to the run. When you commit to the run like this, obviously you can give up some plays in the passing game, but you got to stop the run first.
They'll go to work in the air on second down. Fired just a little too long as the junior frustrated. He missed that connection.
And when you're a quarterback, man, I know wide receivers are great athletes and they're supposed to catch everything that gets near them, but when you don't put it right on the center, when they're running a lot of times, it just makes it a little bit more difficult. And I think he did that a little bit too much for his wide receiver right there.
Keeps looking downfield. And they'll miss the connection here on third down.
Well, the defense has had enough of this, right? The quarterback's on a hot streak. The ball's not hitting the ground. And right there, they decide, we are jumping one of these routes. We're going to try to get a pick. Almost came away with one there.
On fourth down, he'll try to toss it. Finds him out of the backfield. He works his way inside the 30 down to the 29 and picks up a first down.
Man, what a great second effort by the receiver there. Catches the football. He knows he's got to get some yards to get that first down. Nice job understanding that, getting to the sticks and getting the first down.
Looking downfield on first down. Now he's going to glide away from pressure. And they dialed up a shot play, but they couldn't make the connection.
And for defense, it's not always about sacks, but sometimes it's about getting that quarterback off his spot where he feels very comfortable, and they get him flushed outside of the pocket, and good perimeter defense. He rolls to the right. Everybody's still covering their guys, moving across the field with the QB. Nowhere to go with the football.
It's a makeable field goal from the 29-yard line. Let's see how aggressive they are on third and long. Just keep slinging it. Now adjusting. He'll pull it down and run. Shoved out of bounds. They'll mark him down at the 15-yard line, and this offense is doing work. The Hokies are flying down the field. Looking for space. It's Graves. He's wrestled to the ground right at the 15-yard line, and a big red zone opportunity here. Didn't get much on first down. It's 2nd and 9. Looking to fire. Working that left side now. They go up top to get it down to the 5-yard line as they try to pay off this drive.
Yeah, and I love that the QB understood, I'm going to put some stank on this. I'm going to throw it as hard as I can quickly, right when he's breaking out of that curl. Nice job getting it to him quick so he can get a first down.
A first down run on the doorstep. Touchdown, Hokies! And the pummeling has started.
Another nice drive put together. And this offense through 2 weeks, man, they look legit. This team's about to be 2-0. All of their dreams in front of them. This team looks like a national championship contender.
And the extra point will tack another one onto this lead. Looks as if we have an injury on that last play, and we'll take a break to check him out. Kickoff unit back to work, and they have been busy as they've built this sizable lead. He'll bring it back from inside his 5. Not a lot of space to be found. Good hustle by the coverage team, and they stop him at the 21. Liberty takes over, and the Flames offense ready to go to work. They come to the line for the first play of the drive, snapping it from the 21. A rather unproductive series last time, 3 and out, and they'll try to do better this time around. Looking downfield, it's Morton. Got his man quickly. They pick up half of it. It'll be 2nd and 5.
This quarterback right now is in a groove, and he's doing a nice job in pre-snap. He's reading the coverage, and he's getting an idea of where he wants to go with the football. That's why the ball's coming out of his hands so quickly, and that's why he seems like he's in a great rhythm right now.
He moves the chains, and they'll mark the ball at the 33. With the first down, they'll put it in play from the 33. Looking to throw on first down. Pass rush, gets there, gets home, gets him down at the 23.
This is just so demoralizing. You want to talk about taking a game over. That's what this defense is doing right now. They are just winning in the trenches. They're easily the more athletic and more physical unit up front, dominating this O-line.
And the pressure is coming in, and they get him again.
Well, this offense keeps giving up sacks, and they keep finding themselves in situations like this, 3rd and long right now. They don't have many points in this game, and this is a big reason why. It's hard to score if you don't keep the 3rd downs, man.
And the pressure gets to him again. Another sack. Man down on the play as the officials take a break to let him be checked out. The Flames will punt this one away. They'll be forced to kick for the 6th time tonight. Is away. And the punt team able to smack him to the ground.
And the Virginia Tech offense will take over 3rd and 10.
And Virginia Tech sends the offense onto the field. This has been exactly the way you draw things up, David. The offense has really been moving. There he goes. Got the first down and still on his feet. And there they go again with another huge gain on the ground. He's finally run out of bounds.
I'll tell you, the defense is going to have to do a much better job containing these outside run plays. They better be able to funnel the football back to the middle of the field, because this guy with his speed can kill you like he did on that outside run play there to the left.
Trying to make that rush think on the draw play here. Wrestled down at the 8-yard line as they threaten deep in the red zone.
Draws and screens are a great way to slow down really aggressive pass rushers. It allows the defensive ends and the defensive tackles to run upfield. The offensive linemen kind of push them upfield, go down to the next level, try to sneak in a big play.
Looking for a chunk play on 2nd and short. And it's incomplete. The defense knocks it away as we have knocked down 3 quarters and head to the 4th. That's it for this period, and it's Virginia Tech on top. This has been utter domination through 3 quarters, and the stats will back that up. One more period to go, and we'll see just how much fight they've got left in them. So we open the final period with a 3rd down play. On 3rd and short, they keep it on the ground here. He gets it oh so close to the first down marker, but I think he's going to be a touch short.
Not not able to pick up that first down, David, but if I'm them, I'm going again right here on 4th.
Man, I think you knew that on 3rd and 2, short yard situation. You got it close to 4th and inches. Now we're going to get this first down.
On 4th down, trying to find his man. They go to the wide receiver screen. They bring him down, but not before he's able to pick up the first down.
On the play.
Wow, and that was just a bang-bang play. On that 4th down, the coverage was tight. QB had his receiver. He knew where he wanted to go with it, but the only way that ball gets completed is if he puts a little extra mustard on it, and he shows you the arm talent on the throw.
Into the end zone he goes. Touchdown, Virginia Tech.
Man, this has been a complete performance. The defense has been lights out, and the offense, obviously, just continues to pour it on. This is what you call having a great day. Putting it all together, offense, defense, complementary football.
And for a quick update, let's go to Kevin Connors in the studio.
Guys, your game is a big one, but so is this battle right now inside the American. UAB is in front. They've controlled the line of scrimmage today, but they still have some work to do to put this in the win column. They're up by just 1 over Army. We'll circle back. If anything big happens in this clash in the American, you should know about it.
And how about that one? Kevin will be keeping an eye on everything going on elsewhere. Liberty takes over the Flames, sending the offense back onto the field. That last drive fizzled out, Jesse. They had to punt it.
Yeah, they did. And, David, they're just going to have to do a better job this time around erasing the mental mistakes.
And he is snowed under, sacked at the 7. Looks as if we have an injury on that last play, and we'll take a break to check him out. And the Flames now with a long way to go to pick up the first down. Off the bootleg, wants to toss it. This defense has kept them backed up. Now one more stop, and they can get off the field on 3rd and long. Jukes his way for more. He cannot get there. It'll be 4th down. The Flames send out the punt unit. 3 and out. They got stuck in reverse. They hope the punt can bail them out. He gets it away from his own end zone. They make the stop, and that is exactly what you want out of your punt cover unit. And we're about to get another look at this Hokie offense. They had this thing in a hammerlock at halftime, and now they are really ratcheting up the pressure, David.
And I tell you what, this offense doesn't have to change a thing, Paul. They've done what they wanted in the first half and starting off the second half in the same fashion.
And I like how they're letting different guys get involved, too. They've got so many different playmakers all over the field.
Got the completion, but nowhere to go as that defense reacted quickly.
Nice job by the defense staying glued to him, getting him on the ground as soon as he catches the football, knowing he's a threat. I'm not going to let this guy get out of my sights. Nice job.
Yeah,
Intercepted. Big play stops the drive. He goes down after the short return, but what a play to get the football back. Forward and finds his man on the left. They get him at...
And that's why they're trailing in this football game, so maybe they can find some kind of a rhythm here late in the game and get something cooking.
Oh, he's got some space. And he's able to shed one tackle. That's a pretty good pickup. Man down on the play as the officials take a break to let him be checked out. And the Flames in a good spot here with 2nd and short. Pulls and throws off the RPO. He's brought down, but it'll gain on that one.
Yeah, and you see running backs in today's football, they play wide receiver basically for you, but you got to find a guy that you can throw it to, and you know he's going to catch the ball consistently.
He wants to throw it again. Going for it all.
Oh.
Liberty. And once he found open space, the band might as well start playing. Once the game reaches this point, you start thinking ahead and how you can find something positive to take into the next game.
Dang right. Keep the offense rolling. Try to find some plays that I can use throughout this season that I can have some more success, or I guess, have success. I haven't had a lot of success today, but I'm looking for the future.
It's
And there will be
not
no return on this one as the ball bounds into the end zone. And Virginia Tech sends the offense onto the field. One of the most valuable things a quarterback can have, David, short-term memory. Just forget that last pick.
You're dang right. Clear the mechanism. It's over, move it behind you. Some players can't do that real well, and it leads to more mistakes, Jesse. You got to just forget about it and move on.
And I think the coaching staff can help him too, David. I think you can get the running game going here and also give him some easy throws. And the defense down in this game, they just can't do anything to stop this offense at this point, David. Right now, they know they're going to be trying to run the football and try and ice the game, but there's nothing at this point it seems they can do.
Yeah, and it's frustrating. I got to sell out, man. I got to bring as many guys to the line of scrimmage as I can. I got to find a way to get this ball back to my offense. The clock is not my friend, and them running the football is only going to run this thing out quicker. I got to find a way to make something happen. Strip the football, do something.
Back to pass on second down. Gets rid of it. Hauls it in. Excellent job working through the air there, finding a hole in that defense and picking up a first down. And the Hokies come to the line with a fresh set of downs. Smart move to keep it on the ground. The draw draws nothing except a swarm of tacklers. He's stopped immediately.
You know, you got to be careful when you're running the draw play because you're hoping those defensive ends get way up the field, thinking it's pass. Didn't happen that time, and the defense was able to get a negative play.
Gets it out fast. Nice pitch and catch there, and they'll have enough for the first down. Sometimes you have to put it in a tight window, and sometimes the window is gargantuan, and it was there.
Yeah, that was one of them big old huge windows. And I tell you what, when you throw in the middle of the field, a lot of times quarterbacks are a little bit hesitant. When you're that open, it's easy to pull the trigger, easy to make the decision, make the read, get the ball to your receiver.
In situations like this, offensively, when you got the lead in the fourth quarter, when you got to run the ball, you go back to the runs that you have the most confidence in, that you can execute in your sleep, and they do it right there, ripping off 7 yards.
The Hokies with myriad options after that big pickup on first down. All down, but he has enough to move the chains.
Well, it's not a home run, but it's just enough by the running back to move the chains.
Back in motion, try to clear the picture. Quarterback may change this route. Wants to throw on first down. Fires to the middle. Oh, he drops the football. He had it right down the gut of the field. Instead, it'll be second down. Couldn't make the connection last time. Let's see if they throw it again. Rides the back on the option to give.
And I know you can play these late game situations differently, but I love when you just stay physical. You run the football, you preserve the lead, you got great field position, you're in a great position to salt this clock away and get a W.
A little less room to work with now as the ball's at the 28 and it's third and long. From the gun, wants to pass. Caught. That will be enough to move the chains and give them a first down in the red zone at the 14. Long drive continues as the offense keeps working the ball down the field. Stopped at the 13-yard line as they try to turn this into points. Going to work on second down in the red zone and still some ground to cover to pick up that first down. Back to pass. It's complete on the right side. And they're going to put another one into the end zone as they just keep piling points on the scoreboard.
Yeah, and with that score, you start to get excited because you can feel the momentum starting off 2-0. I mean, you got to finish this one off, but there's a great chance you're going to. But this season has started just like you've wanted it to. Now just keep climbing. See how high we can get in these rankings.
On the move from inside his 5. And the returner runs out of real estate as he goes down. His drive will open from the 15. Wants to go up top on first down. Fires to the right. How about a little rhythm that you can tap your toe to on that throw and catch for the first down? New set of downs after the completion. Quickly complete.
And this offense just hasn't found a way to kind of open it up. Like, they haven't found those explosive plays. It feels like the defense is kind of strangling them and staying really close to the line of scrimmage because of their lack of their big play ability over the top. This offense has to dial something up.
And he's down at the 41. That's a first down. Here's this offense with a fresh set of downs. Use the play fake. Now to throw. Oh, they're after him. And maybe he'll get back to the line of scrimmage, but no more than that. So now it's second and long. Out of the gun to give to the back. And he'll find enough running room to get it just short of midfield at the 49. The Flames really need to keep this drive alive on third down. They'll try to run for it. Inside the 40. Breaks into the open. And they are finding some space in this defense. He's got it down to the 25. And the Flames come to the line after ripping off that huge gain on the ground, trying to keep it going. Reads it, fires complete.
And this offense is going to have to find more explosive plays. And it can't just rely on the dink and dunk. It's going to have to find itself and score more points. Listen, they got beat up today. But moving on in the future, they've got some good pieces. They got to find a way to fit them together, create some explosive plays on this offense, because today they've been lacking.
The Flames come to the line on third and short, hoping to keep the drive alive. It's a lost cause, but they keep fighting. Nifty little scamper on this one. Enough for the first down, and he slides in safely. Guys, this is a really good win for this ball club as they put together consecutive victories.
And in this season, that's what you got to do. You got to put together good weeks, build on each other, build that momentum, continue to grow as the season goes on.
Yeah, David, it's all about building confidence, and it's really important for these players to go out, work hard in practice, and see that hard work really pay itself off on game day. This is a team that's really starting to believe in itself.
That will put the wrap on things from here. For David Pollack and Jesse Palmer, I'm Reese Davis. You've been watching another presentation of EA Sports College Football.
Nice. Damn it. Okay. Good. Keep you happy. Week 3. Ooh.